Good morning, my friends. Today we're going to be making my family's orange cake recipe. So let's see how it goes. Alright. So this is the Schmel family orange cake. Got this, as many old recipes are, on an old piece of paper. This is on Uncle Richard's stationery. It's from his mother, Cecilia Schmel, and presumably further up the line there. So this is a pretty old-fashioned, almost like a pound cake recipe, sort of. So we'll start with just a small amount of butter, not too much at all. I got it chopped up into little pieces. It's half a pound plus 2 tablespoons. So that's 2 sticks plus 2 more tablespoons. And now we need to cream the butter. You can do this in a regular hand mixer. I just, prefer using the KitchenAid because I have it. And then we got 2 cups of sugar. We're adding a little bit at a time. So I think I'll do it in a couple of additions here. There it goes in there. Okay, we have our butter and sugar creamed together. Now we have 4 eggs. Got some nice farm fresh eggs here. It says to add them once at a time. I'm gonna beat them up and add some of them at a time. Let that incorporate into our mix. Alright, that's in there. I'm going to add a little bit more. Gonna clean off our beater real quick. Scrape down our sides. Alright, we're gonna let that combine on low for a minute. Alright, the next thing we need to add is, the recipe calls for a good spoonful of orange rind. Now there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can use one of these little zester deals, where you just take it and you pull around the outside and breaks the rind off in nice little pieces. And the neat thing about this is it's very, very difficult to get into the pith, the bitter part. If you don't have one of these fancy little deals, you can use your regular box grater. Just be careful. It says a good spoonful. I'm pretty much going to do the rind off of one orange. I do want it to taste like an orange cake, right? And you can smell all those essential oils being released right now. Ooh. I need some smell-o-vision. Or since it's a family recipe, some Schmel-o-vision. Boom. Alright. So there's a good spoonful. I'm going to put that in. Now our dry ingredients. We have 3 cups of flour, a tablespoon of baking powder, and a teaspoon of salt. Going to combine them up a little bit. And we're going to add some of that in. Say about a third of that mixture. And let that combine. Now to continue the orange cake, we have 1 cup of orange juice. I did use a variety which has pulp in it. I think that works a little better for this. We're going to add some of that. We're going to alternate our additions between the flour mixture and the orange juice. I'm going to take a look and just see what the consistency looks like. And it looks like, a really heavy batter. This is what a lot of your old-fashioned cakes looked like. It wasn't that Duncan Hines fluffy, runny, gooey crap. That's what a cake is. And we don't want to overbeat it at all. So once that we're all good, hydrated, I shook off some flour there. I'll get that in real quick. Once we're all hydrated and everything, and this is like the way we want our batter to go. You see it's just kind of falling off. And that's the idea when you know an old-fashioned type cake mix is ready to go. So we're going to clean this off. Yeah, it has raw egg in it. You're not, but I had a Caesar salad last night. That didn't kill me. So you shouldn't let your kids eat the batter. I don't know. Somehow most of us found a way to survive. Now we're going to transfer that into a well-greased tube pan. And make sure you get all the way in there. I used some shortening. And just get in there with your hands and make sure it gets, you grease all the way up the sides. Some things the best tools are your hands. Now we're going to spread this evenly through our form. This smells absolutely divine. All right. get this settled in with a very scientific shimmy, shimmy, thwack method. And it's going to go into a 350-degree oven for an hour. All right, it's been an hour. Let's pull out our orange cake. See, it's risen up nicely to fill up that bundt pan here. Just gonna take a toothpick, insert it in, and it came out clean. That means we're good. So we're gonna let this cool for at least 10 minutes before we try to pull it out. All right, we got our cake out of the oven and it looks fantastic. Now you can eat it just like this, but we're gonna ice it up with a citrus buttercream, and I'll show you how I make that in just a second. All right, we got our fabulous looking orange cake out of the oven. Now we're gonna make a buttercream for it. This is a pretty simple buttercream. It starts with 1/3 of a cup of butter, softened, which is 5 1/3 tablespoons. Gonna put that into our stand mixer. Put our whisk on there, start creaming it. And we have 3 cups of powdered sugar. Gonna put that in a little bit at a time. All right, then we're gonna add in some orange zest. A solid tablespoon, almost 2. And then I'm going to juice that orange that we've been using. All told, you want 3 tablespoons of juice, which I found is usually just a little more than a half. So I like to start in by putting in a half. I let that pulp get in there too. If I need more, I have some more I can add. Alright. So after those inclusions, we have a nice fluffy buttercream. When I ice the cake, I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Alright, we have our orange cake all iced up. And there she is. Our family recipe orange cake. Enjoy.